Alright, we're live. Hello! We're back finally. It took us a little while to get back over to this game, but last time we finished with all of the things pertaining to Horsefont's brothers, the rightful sons of House Forthtomp. And now we are going to speak with the House Forthomp's steward, and I think that he is going to start a part of the scenario where we try to get the whole gang back together. We go find and rescue our friends. Master Sint Novum, my lord the Count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Artoriel and Lord Emmanuelaine. If you would remain here for a moment. I don't believe I have a choice.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emmanuelaine's life. Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Forthtomp. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord!
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphinaud and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
Oh, good gravy.
Explain.
I just bought us honor.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries.
They do that.
Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. 'Twas this which prompted a Knight of the Heavens Ward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
House Zamail, he says. I've always said Desmail, but Zamail does make more sense. Though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your success, even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such member of House Zamail is manipulating Sir Grinno, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. Yet the truth will avail us not if we cannot prove their innocence. You would do well to speak with Sir Amaric at the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these charges. Okie dokie. Good thing we are great friends. It's been too long, Soapy. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphinaud and Mistress Tataru, I take it? You got it, Chief. Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Truly, I know not which is more ludicrous, these charges or that of flying feathered whale. Oops, wrong button. That Sir Grinno's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of the faith and drive back the Dravanian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, there's naught we can do? I fear there is but one path less to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But of course! In a trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphinaud and Mistress Tataru would be expected to face Sir Grinno and a second of his choosing, another Knight of the Heavens Ward most like. Two of them? By the Fury, they can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphinaud's magical talents would not have gone unnoticed. meaning that we will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Orstefan, but all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, mayhap in the realm at large. And I'm a Dark Knight now. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Alphinaud at once and inform him of our intentions. They don't call me Soapy the Splendid at all. Wait.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grinno, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grinno de Zemile, brother of the Heavens Ward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward. Alphinaud Leveilleur, Tataru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grinno's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alphinaud Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
You tell him.
I, Tataru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
I will always come to your aid, Tataru.
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
Would that I could be a Dark Knight from the beginning. Sorry about that. Should have seen that coming. I think she could get through that if she wanted.
Render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous and cast down the wicked.
All right. Let's bring about some justice.
Got you now. Down with you!
Woo! It's getting spooky in here. That was pretty intense. Here we go again. Fight, my friends, fight! Thanks, Orstefan. We won! The Fury has spoken. Alphinaud Leveilleur, Tataru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again, my thanks as always. This time.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise. I am Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavens Ward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain.
Sounds like you could have intervened, you know.
That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence, As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
That sure was a lot of looking.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now, tell me, young man, what do you know of the Asians?
Oh, what now?
Much and more, I shouldn't wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests, even. Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet. Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict. And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light.
That's
If we
neat.
are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
How intense. It was a lot. Well, alright. Back to Thordan then. Luckily, it's just right down the road. Like, it's funny, anywhere else these manors would look super grand, but here in Ishgard, they're just kind of dang near modest. Excuse me. Tataru! I nearly cried when you stepped forward at the tribunal, Soapy. Thank you, thank you! That made it worth it.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you? Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced.
He also knows about the Ashians, my
By
man.
the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you.
You made me cookies?
When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor.
They ate all my cookies?
General Raubaun is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate.
For eating my cookies?
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account.
Oh right, all
Lord
that too.
Orchiphon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Raubaun.
Yeah, we must bake more cookies. Very loud. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge headlong into Uldal without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa Lominsa. Obviously, if you want to learn about the Sultanate, you go to Limsa Lominsa. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I'm happy to report that we have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Raubaun. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her that we might discuss how to best proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. When you arrive at Limsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Xanathel in the Bulwark Hall. Is that the guy who I always talk to? It is the same guy I always talk to. Told me one time about how much he admired me. Sorry I forgot your name, friend. The Admiral has been expecting you. Say the word and I will take you to her. The word.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphinaud. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seed Seer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seed Seer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana.
I saw the cutscene.
There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seed Seer and I to lend Raubaun a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
He hoped for him to die.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news, or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raubaun is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphinaud. Following his capture, Raubaun had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raubaun, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Them Domans. Good for everything. Especially sneaky things. Raubaun's survival is vital to the Eorzean alliance. We can ill afford to lose him, but I cannot send troops into Uldar. 'Twould spell the end of the alliance, and war like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphinaud. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Finally gonna get those cookies. I think she's one of the two that was always with Yugiri when she was first introduced. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa that you were searching for General Raubaun. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in Masaraja Pit. At the same juncture, Yu Hase and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General into the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Dewari at High Bridge. High Bridge? In Eastern Dowland?
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphinaud, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Raubaun is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the 3 of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dewari and Higiri with you.
Goodness
me!
Gracious. Not a soul from the Colosseum is to be seen. This bodes ill. Take the lead, Soapy. I shall follow close upon you. Not close enough, I say. He is bound by some manner of magitek device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I've heard of such devices. Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. Man, my eye's bugging me. That will not be necessary. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly into the bosom of Thaw, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. Confound it, the mist stifles my healings. We cannot let them escape. Soapy, force the gates. I wasn't sure this is actually what I was supposed to be doing, but now I will go all out. Ah, the way is clear. The mist remains. We must stop it at the source. The source. Braves have the key. Aha! There's a spire. Alright, so now to find the key, right? The mist is cleared. Next, to find the key to free Raubaun. Aha! There are 3 crystal braves right there. Ah, there's the identification key. Raubaun, my friend. My thanks. Slowly, General, you are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. Should have known. What a clever contrivances to the warrior light. Well done, hero. Ilbert. You mean to struggle on, then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Come, scions, let's get this over with. You hear that, Yugiri? You're a scion now. Hey, they started fighting without me. I'll tear you limb from limb. Dang, Yugiri killed him. With that blue AoE.
This changes nothing.
It is over, Ilbert. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lad, you'd best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used by the Scions, the city-states, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want, only what you can do for them. And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free, free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
Not a very good trick. Very obvious what happened there.
No, Master Alphinaud. Now is not the time.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
On your feet, gladiator.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lad. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without.
Interesting things. Hello, Doare. The General is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued, as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. That Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for their signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Alden, I presume, in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. There is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you come with me, I have prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. Don't know, I saw Urianger with a Ascian, though Soapy hasn't. I have spoken with Urianger via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Raubaun is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. Well, let's go!
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Love these new voice actors.
Father!
Pippin! My son! And Master Papashan besides!
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You!
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthor, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young man, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
I didn't lay a hand on her.
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teledji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She just really dislikes grape juice.
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say her grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck her grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teledji Adeledji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
We should give him a Magitech arm, I think. I think that would be a good idea. I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raubaun, we have taken a vital first step toward resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you, Soapy. Thank you. Shit, I know. Can't do anything without me. How about we take this ring of healing?